Hi, my name is Jennifer Baker, and I'm at the St. Helena Public Library in Napa Valley, California. And I am reading a passage from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. And this book has been challenged a number of times. In fact, I believe this has been on like the top 100 banned books list for many years. I was just reading that it was challenged specifically in Arkansas and in Kentucky, but I know that's just a few of many, many places. And it's one of my favorite books. So I'm going to share one of my favorite passages. That night he found his way more quickly than before. He was walking so fast he knew he was making more noise than was wise, but he didn't meet anyone. And there were his mother and father smiling at him again, and one of his grandfathers nodding happily. Harry sank down to sit on the floor in front of the mirror. There was nothing to stop him from staying here all night with his family, nothing at all, except... So, back again, Harry? Harry felt as though his insides had turned to ice. He looked behind him. Sitting on one of the desks by the wall was none other than Albus Dumbledore. Harry must have walked straight past him, so desperate to get to the mirror he hadn't noticed him. "I didn't see you, sir." "Strange how nearsighted being invisible can make you," said Dumbledore, and Harry was relieved to see that he was smiling. "So," said Dumbledore, slipping off the desk to sit on the floor with Harry, "you, like hundreds before you, have discovered the delights of the Mirror of Isrid." "I didn't know it was called that, sir, but I expect you've realized by now what it does." It shows me my family, and it showed your friend Ron himself as head boy. How did you know?" "I don't need a cloak to become invisible," said Dumbledore gently. "Now, can you think what the Mirror of Isrid shows us all?" Harry shook his head. "Let me explain. The happiest man on earth would be able to use the Mirror of Isrid like a normal mirror. That is, he would look into it and see himself exactly as he is. Does that help?" Harry thought. Then he said slowly, "It shows us what we want, whatever we want?" "Yes and no," said Dumbledore quietly. "It shows us nothing more or less than the deepest, most desperate desire of our hearts. You, who have never known your family, see them standing around you. Ronald Weasley, who has always been overshadowed by his brothers, sees himself standing alone, the best of all of them. However, this mirror will give us neither knowledge or truth. Men have wasted away before it, entranced by what they've seen, or being driven mad, not knowing if what it shows is real or even possible. The mirror will be moved to a new home tomorrow, Harry, and I ask that you not go looking for it again. If you ever do run across it, you will now be prepared. It is not due to dwell on dreams and forget to live. Remember that. Now why don't you put that admirable cloak back on and get off to bed?" Harry stood up. "Sir, Professor Dumbledore, can I ask you something?" "Obviously, you've just done so," Dumbledore smiled. "You may ask me one more thing, however. What do you see when you look in the mirror?" I see myself holding a pair of thick woolen socks." Harry stared. "One can never have enough socks," said Dumbledore. "Another Christmas has come and gone, and I didn't get a single pair. People will insist on giving me books." It was only when he was back in bed that it struck Harry that Dumbledore might not have been quite truthful, but then he thought, as he shoved Scabbers off his pillow, it had been quite a personal question.